Japan is experiencing a surge in international tourism, with millions of visitors flocking to the country every month. In November 2024 alone, Japan welcomed 3.18 million travelers, marking a significant 30.6% increase compared to the previous year. This trend indicates that tourism levels have not only recovered, but are now surpassing pre-pandemic figures. As a result, several important changes are taking place in Japan that travelers should be aware of before planning their trips. From improvements in immigration processes to updates in transportation systems, there are both exciting developments and new challenges to consider. Among the major updates, streamlined visa procedures, expanded tourist attractions, and technological advancements are enhancing the overall travel experience. However, visitors should also be mindful of rising transportation costs, newly introduced tourist taxes, and adjustments to popular events such as the Shibuya countdown. To ensure a smooth and enjoyable visit, this video presents key updates that every traveler should know about Japan in 2025. 1. Changes to the Nozomi bullet train. Starting March 15, 2025, significant modifications will be made to the Nozomi bullet train, which connects Tokyo and Osaka. Currently, 3 out of the 16 train cars offer non-reserved seating. However, this number will soon be reduced to 2, meaning 85 fewer non-reserved seats will be available. For travelers, this change brings both benefits and drawbacks. On the positive side, with an increase in reserved seats, securing a spot in advance will be more convenient, especially during peak seasons. However, reserved seats come at a higher cost, approximately 1,000 yen more, for trips between Tokyo and Osaka. Additionally, with fewer non-reserved seats, those traveling without a reservation may find it challenging to board the train, particularly during busy periods. To avoid any inconvenience, it is highly recommended to book seats in advance, especially on weekends and holidays. Second, train fare. Increases in 2026. JR East, the railway company operating in Tokyo and Tohoku, has announced plans to raise train fares starting in March 2026. This marks the first major fare increase in 40 years, excluding tax-related adjustments. The average increase is expected to be around 7.1%, generating an estimated additional revenue of 88.1 billion yen annually. While a 7.1% fare hike may seem minor, it can have a notable impact in a country where public transportation is heavily relied upon. Frequent travelers and daily commuters may especially feel the financial burden. Fortunately, this change will not take effect until 2026, making now a great time for those planning a budget-friendly trip to Japan. 3. Growing concerns over overtourism. Japan's rising popularity among international tourists has led to concerns about overtourism. In the first 11 months of 2024, the country recorded 33.37 million visitors. The Japanese government aims to welcome 60 million foreign visitors annually by 2030, nearly doubling current figures. To accommodate this influx, various initiatives are being implemented, including the expansion of international terminals and relaxed visa requirements. However, increased tourism also means more crowded attractions, longer wait times, and higher accommodation costs. Travelers who prefer a less crowded experience should consider visiting Japan sooner rather than later. 4. Faster digital immigration. To address congestion at airport immigration, Narita Airport has introduced a digital travel pilot program that utilizes facial recognition technology. This system enables passengers traveling with participating airlines to complete key travel procedures digitally using a smartphone wallet app. By registering their data in advance, travelers can pass through security checkpoints and boarding gates with facial recognition alone, eliminating the need for paper tickets or additional identification checks. A successful trial was conducted with Cathay Pacific Airways on flights between Narita and Hong Kong, and this technology is expected to become more widely available in the near future. 5. Updates to Japan's visa policies. Currently, Japan grants visa exemptions to 71 countries and regions, with continuous efforts to expand accessibility for more tourists. A significant development includes the relaxation of visa requirements for Chinese travelers, which could lead to an increase in tourist numbers from China. In September 2024, visitors from China accounted for 650,000 arrivals, making up approximately 25% of all foreign tourists in Japan. Proposed changes include extended visa validity, simplified application processes, and potential visa exemptions for those meeting specific income criteria. While this policy primarily affects Chinese tourists, Japan is also considering easing visa regulations for travelers from other nations. 6. Introduction of new tourist taxes. To combat overtourism and support sustainable tourism efforts, Japan is implementing new tourist taxes in select regions. Notable changes include Hokkaido. An accommodation tax will be introduced in April 2026, with rates varying based on room prices. Okinawa. Often referred to as the Hawaii of the East, Okinawa will impose a 3% accommodation tax starting in 2026. Osaka. In preparation for Expo 2025, a new tax for foreign visitors is expected to be introduced in April 2025, with details still being finalized. These new measures aim to regulate tourism demand while funding local infrastructure and preservation efforts. 7. Cancellation of the Shibuya Countdown event. Shibuya's iconic New Year's Eve countdown event has officially been canceled to reduce overcrowding. Additionally, the famous Hachiko statue will be barricaded to prevent large gatherings. Despite this cancellation, Tokyo still offers numerous alternative countdown celebrations in areas such as Shinjuku, Roppongi, and Asakusa. Visitors should also be aware that Shibuya has recently introduced stricter regulations, including a ban on public drinking, starting in October 2024. These measures are part of an ongoing effort to manage large crowds and enhance public safety. 8. Fast Pass services for restaurants. A new Fast Pass service is now available at select restaurants in Japan, allowing diners to bypass long wait times for a small fee. This system functions similarly to priority access at theme parks like Tokyo Disneyland and Universal Studios Japan. Using the TableCheck FastPass app or website, travelers can search for participating restaurants and make reservations in advance. The app supports 18 languages, including English, making it accessible for international visitors. This service is particularly beneficial for those with limited time in Japan or concerns about language barriers. 9. Expansion of TeamLab Planets, Tokyo TeamLab Planets. Tokyo, an immersive digital art museum, is set to expand by 1.5 times its current size, starting January 22, 2025. This award-winning attraction will introduce over 10 new exhibits, including the athletic forest and catching and collecting forest of extinct animals. Additionally, the new sketch factory will allow visitors to transform their drawings into personalized souvenirs, such as badges, t-shirts, and tote bags. As one of Japan's most unique artistic experiences, TeamLab Planets continues to be a must-visit destination for travelers. 10. Upcoming cultural events and festivals. Japan will host numerous cultural festivals in 2025, including the Kyoto Gion Festival in July, the Awa Odori Dance Festival in August, and the Sapporo Snow Festival in February. These events provide visitors with a unique glimpse into Japanese traditions, performances, and culinary experiences. Travelers should consider planning their trips around these festivities to fully immerse themselves in Japan's rich culture. These updates highlight significant changes that travelers should consider before visiting Japan in 2025. To stay informed about future updates and travel tips, be sure to subscribe to Stories of Japan and engage with the content by liking and commenting. Exciting adventures await in Japan, and being prepared ensures a seamless and enjoyable trip.